Mike Lynn, Memorial League, Week 3, Power Rankings. Brought to you by the human knee. Easily the dumbest part of the human body. All right, guys, Week 3, let's take a look at the results from Week 2. Homies smashed yesterday's corn, 55.27 to 39.51. Juchi's Giant Jocks rolls through Canute Kersey, 70.3 to 54.33. Weapons of Matt's Distraction squeaks by Stuntcock, 43.99 to 42.61. All because Jim Caldwell's a huge bitch and didn't kick a field goal at the end of the game. Team Mangravy ekes out a victory over Logan's, not Rogers, 68.16 to 67.28. Tommy's Terminators defies all odds in thrashing the Meters, 83.02 to 55.86. And Man at Work crushes Stern Rake, 73.47 to 64.84. League average, 59.89. All right, let's take a look at how I've got you ranked. Number 12, yesterday's corn poop. All right, Mike, 0-2, moved you down 2 spots because of the Greg Olson injury, Jordan Howard being hurt, Russ playing behind perhaps the worst offensive line in the league. You do have some quarterback depth. Perhaps you can turn that into some players that can help your team. Number 11, Canute Kersey. 0-2, still at number 11. Brandon Marshall got old real quick. Nice typo there. Blunt and Lacey are awful. I would say on the upside, you have Derrick Henry who's about to emerge because DeMarco appears to be hurt. And even if DeMarco doesn't get hurt, Henry's going to get touches and points. And then I'll continue to harp on this, Justin. I don't think all 3 Pitt guys can score points on the same week. So Antonio and Martavis and Le'Veon all scoring enough is going to be hit and miss. Number 10, Weapons of Matt's Distraction. I know you won. You beat me, but I did move you down a spot because that's not a lot of points. Nice name. Not. Did Zeke quit on his team? Perhaps. I think, but between your starting running backs, and this is an anomaly, I think they're going to be very productive week in, week out. But Zeke and Gordon combined for 21 yards rushing. Although Gordon got some through the air and did score a touchdown. Still no wide receiver production, at least not from the guys that you started. Chris Hogan looks like he could produce from your bench. And then Fleener scores another garbage time touchdown. Number 9, Tommy's Terminators. At 1-1, moved you up 3 spots. You go from low points, Tom, to high points. Gronk does Gronk stuff. I ripped on the John Brown selection as being a starter, but you backed it up by taking J.J. Nelson, who was very productive. The Denver D was very good. And then looking at your bench, you do have a lot of quarterback and defense and kicker depth. Perhaps you can turn some of those guys into a running back or receiver that you're going to need here as you move forward. Number 8, Stuntcock. Moved down 2 spots and 1-1. In hindsight, I have no idea why I traded Keenan for Hilton. Well, I know why I did it because I thought Keenan was going to get hurt again. Cam hasn't been productive. The Bradford injury hurts especially for me because not only is Bradford my backup quarterback, but I have Dalvin and Diggs. And if Bradford's not in, the Vikings offense goes from pretty good to pretty bad, and they all suffer. And I also appear to have no tight end on my team. Number 7, meters. Dave is 0-2. Although you scored a decent amount of points, it did move you down a couple spots. So far, Wentz has been the QB2. Keenan has looked very nice. DeMarco appears to have gotten hurt. Marshawn, not getting the workload we might have thought. But why did I say anything bad about Jack Doyle? All he does is catch a lot of passes from Jacoby Brissett. Number 6, Juchi's Giant Jocks. Sitting at 1-1, moves back into the 6th spot where I had you before we played any games. CJ emerged with a very good game against Dallas. Kelsey is a monster, and I love what they're doing with him, running some of that Matt Canada offense, if you watched Pittsburgh at all last year in college, with those shovel passes. You've got quarterback depth. Perhaps you can move Mariota and just leave Flacco as the backup. I do wonder who your second running back is going to be. Gore or Ingram. If they can emerge as a consistent number 2 running back, I think your lineup is a lot more potent because I don't see 3 receivers that can produce consistently. Number 5, Stern Rake. Moved up despite the loss because he did score a healthy amount of points. Carlos Hyde was better. Here is John Gruden saying Amir Abdullah is actually good. Well, I know this. The Lions' line is very good, and they can run to the right. If he can stay upright and healthy, he maybe will be productive. I think I'm not so sure that the opposite or the same thing is true for Brandon Cooks. Although he has been a slow starter in the past, he wasn't productive for New England despite rolling to victory. And then with the Jordy Nelson injury, perhaps Devontae as a wide receiver 1 could be nice. Number 4, the Homies. Highest ranked 2-0 team. Did move you down 1 spot. Jags D goes from hero to literally 0 points. Aaron Rodgers justifying that number 1 pick, producing plenty of points. Dez was better, scored a touchdown. I wonder who your number 2 running back is going to be. We know it's not going to be AP. Number 3, Man at Work. I take it back. Todd was not the highest ranked 2-0 team. That is Rob. Ajayi looked elite. Evans did Mike Evans things. Ingram was a great pick, and he might be the most productive Giant. And then Chris Carson steal the draft. So a couple rookies really helping you there. So between Ajayi, Fournette, Evans, Benjamin, Ingram, you got a bunch of touchdown makers on your team. So this is a juggernaut to contend with moving forward. Number 2, Logan's Not Rogers. Updated the team Avi there for you and team name. Took the bad beat of the week, but scored a lot of points. Julio was better, got over 100 yards. You have Crabtree, who might be the better fantasy player than Cooper. I think Amari's a very good player, but he's drawing tougher coverage. Crabtree getting the more one-on-one matchups and more of a red zone threat. The Jordy curse. I play in another league where the team that owns Jordy Nelson has never made the playoffs, and he just got hurt, although hopefully nothing serious. And I do wonder what your lineup's going to look like in some bye weeks because I don't see a lot of flexibility or depth. So you could have trouble fielding a real competitive team in some of those bye weeks. Number 1, Team Mangravy. 2-0 stays in the top spot. Kareem Hunt continuing to justify his first-round selection by you. Obviously, the Chiefs got him in the 3rd. I for getting hurt. I think that Bengals offense is kind of crummy, and I think you've got A.J. Green to worry about there too. But you made a shrewd decision to select Hunter Henry, who had a good game. And then I think Gillislee is filling into that Blunt role quite nicely, and it appears he's well on his way to putting up maybe a 15-touchdown season. All right, let's take a look at some predictions for this week. Week 3 predictions. Mangravy cruises to victory over a limp stunt cock, 66-51. Canute Kersey gets in the win column by a field goal over weapons of mass distraction. Tommy's Terminators continues his winning ways over yesterday's Gorn 47-32. The Meter's stroke of bad luck ends with a touchdown victory over the #1 team, Man Gravy. Juchi's giant jocks are just a little bit bigger than Stern Rake, 60-58. And Logan's Not Rogers spanks the homies, 80-48. All right, guys, good luck to everybody this coming week. Hopefully your teams are healthy and productive. And I screwed this up. I've got Man Gravy in there twice. Well, I don't really feel like re-recording this whole thing, so I guess just have to figure out which one of these lines I goofed. All right, take it easy. See you next week.